Next up, Kevin sees Watford taking on Southampton, and Watford again suffered a defeat in their last game, as did Southampton. They played quite well, Southampton, in the second half. Shane Long came off the bench and nearly made it 1-1 with a fantastic effort. It was a really good save. But Watford, they're down in this relegation dogfight, and they're up against the Southampton team who'll be looking to bounce back. But when you look at the odds of the game, it's so closely matched. 6-4 Watford, 19-10 Southampton, and the draw here at 21-10. Most Boyle Sports customers are with Southampton at the moment, 57%, but it's not a landslide. This is a tricky game to call.
This is a tight one, isn't it? And you look at both sides. One more win for Southampton gets them to 40 points, where they look like, to me, they're safe anyway, because there's too much beneath them that's got to go on. There's too many points with it, or too many sides with a close amount of points between them. So I'd actually fancy Watford here. If you're going to target one game, you've got to target these sides around you. Nigel Pearson has a history of getting sides out of trouble. Of course, he did it with Leicester. They're out of the bottom three as it stands. Watford as well, because of the results that they've had. And I think overall you're looking at Watford, and I think, as I say, one-off game at home, get that result under your belt. And simply with the sides not playing around them this weekend, I think it's going to help them. So I think it's all geared towards this game. You can work towards it all week in training. You've got yourself well organised going into it. Maybe a little bit of travel for Southampton as well gives a little bit of favour just to Watford in this one. But I seriously fancy Watford here in this one. And I know the majority are going with Southampton, but I just think that you can, as I was saying before, if you're going to target a game and the way that you work towards it, and you get your team fully prepared for what's at stake. And as I was saying, Southampton they look to me like they're safe. I think they are safe. I just fancy Watford to win it, but it is extremely tight. Under 2.5 goals looks a banker in this, simply because of what's at stake for Watford. I think they will keep it tight throughout. So I just fancy a narrow win here for Watford. Just a squeak of a win, 1-0 perhaps, maybe even 2-1 if it does get a little bit tight. But if it does continue, if Southampton do get a goal in this match. But I just fancy Watford to squeak it, and I mean just sneak this one.